All right. Hey, Math Leaguers. Welcome to Mr. T's Math League. This is going to be kind of our central location for the league this year. This is my classroom at St. Margaret of York School. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of things with the whiteboard. Some things are going to be video suggestions and things. It's never necessary to watch the videos. But this introductory video, I'm going to go through a few of the rules and procedures of the league. I'm also sending that out in a document. I just thought it might be quicker and easier for you to watch this video. So first things first, my name is Mr. T, Mr. Tarnowski, and I'm going to be sending you 20 problems each week, and you're going to do them, and you're going to send them back. I'm going to send them, I do have a player who's doing it from the Philippines, so I do need to say that we're going to be using Eastern Standard Time in the United States for our model, but so either late Sunday night or early Monday morning, I'm going to send the 20 problems. You'll have basically a week to do them, almost a week. You'll submit them to me by email, your answers by noon of the following Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. And then on that Sunday evening, I will release the answers, so you'll know how you did. Now, it might take me a day or two to go through your answers and grade everything and put your scores onto the Google site, the little website that we've created for the league. So you may not know your ranking, for a day or two after you submit, but you'll know how you did, right? Like I'll release the answers and you can say, oh, I know I got that one right. I know I got that one right. I'll also be releasing a video each week where I'll pick out some of the trickier problems or maybe one of the problems where there's like a cool way to solve it. And I'll be in here probably on my whiteboard just showing you the trick for maybe doing something a little faster or an easy way for doing a problem. Okay, so that's kind of how it's going to work. First thing is, how do you submit your answers? Again, this is going to be on a sheet that I'm sending to you, but literally it can be a picture or a document, but I don't need to see all your work. This is not a class, so we're really not doing partial credit, although I'll talk about that in a second. So there'll be 20 problems, and on a piece of paper or typed on a document or whatever, you'll have number 1, 2, 3, all the way up to number 20, and you'll literally just have the answer. Let's say the answer to number 1 is 5. Then you just put that there. Let's say the answer to number 2 is 17, then you would just put that there, okay? And then, like I said, you'd either take a picture or send a document. Now, Gmail threads get really wonky. I've been using my school Gmail. Again, this will be in the document that I'm sending you, but I'm going to have you submit using a separate email. That way it's not some big thread where everybody's is in the same thing. It'll be an email from one separate email from each of you. And that's another email that I have. It's my last name, Tarnowski, my first initial P, 746@gmail.com. And again, that will be in the, now if you forget and you send it to me through the current Gmail thread that we're using, that's okay. We'll find it, we'll figure it out. It just might take a little longer, okay? As far as units and things like that, again, this is spelled out in the document, but if I say, like, let's say there's an area question, and I say, how many square inches are in the area of the rectangle? Well, I said how many square inches, so you don't have to say 5 square inches. I used the word in the question, so you don't have to say it. You could just say 5. Most of the time, your answers are just going to be numbers. Now, units do matter, though. For example, if there's a question where I am talking about things in hours, and then the question says, how many minutes does it take Bob to do this task or whatever? And I say minutes, and you come up with 1.5 hours, that would be wrong because I said how many minutes. So you would say 90, okay? You don't have to say 90 minutes because I said how many minutes, okay? You can, I won't count it wrong. And even if you, yeah, it would be fine just like that. Let me get my eraser, stop using my hand. All right, so little things like that. Again, if I say round to the nearest tenth, don't tell me 3.47, okay? Say 3.5 if I say round to the nearest tenth. So follow the directions, but we're gonna be pretty lax on how you go about the answers because we're more worried about you having fun and learning the skills, okay? That's the number one goal of this league, is absolutely for you guys to have a good time. Math can be fun, I swear. Number two is we hope that you're developing your math skills. The third part is the competition. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the competitive aspect of that. It's possible, I'm going to try to adjust things, and some of the problems might seem really hard, some of them might be easy. I don't want you to look at a problem and say, I don't even know how to start, and then be like, well, I'm getting that one wrong because I don't even know how to start. So the question is, can you look stuff up? My philosophy for this league is you're supposed to be developing math skills. So I feel if you get help or if you look something up and you learn a trick or something, I think that's okay. Right now, if you put it into just the exact question onto like Photomath or exact question into Google, that's not really okay. You're just asking the answer. But if you learn a technique, maybe if your parent shows you how to start or something like that, I think that's okay. And because of that, the scores might be really, really high. Maybe you guys are really gonna grind it out and everybody's gonna work really hard and everybody's gonna get it all right. Then how do we rank you guys? Well, I don't know, that's the best we can do. And maybe everybody's gonna be tied for first, except at least once per session, there's gonna be a Kahoot, a live Kahoot. So you score by doing the Kahoots. So maybe you can separate yourself that way. And then I'm also gonna be shooting out little extra ways of getting extra points and things like that. So you'll have to keep looking for things. There'll be little tricks and things like that to get extra points. So it's still gonna be competitive, but I'm not so worried about like, oh, it's not fair, this guy had help from his dad. That's okay. If you got help from your dad, you're learning. All right? Next. So that was answering, can you look things up? Calculators, I'm gonna leave that up to you. There's a lot of problems where there's some cool mental math tricks and things like that, where I'll show them like when I come and do my videos, and maybe you'll be like, oh, I didn't need a calculator for that. But I also don't want you to just be sitting there multiplying 7-digit numbers over and over again, because that's kind of, like by hand, because it's kind of a waste of your time. So I think I'm gonna put on some of the problems, like try to find a trick without a calculator. But if you can't, you can't. If you don't, you don't. So in general, calculators are okay. And that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you guys tonight. Everything I just said is, again, spelled out in a sheet that I'm sending you. You may have already received it, or it'll probably be attached to the sheet that this video comes with. And I think that's it. Oh, I said I was gonna do a joke each week. I don't know if this week counts because we haven't started yet. So I'm just gonna do a really bad joke. I'll tell the worst, oldest math joke ever, which everybody knows. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Of course. course, because 7, 8, 9. But then I would like to ask, though, why in the world would 7 eat 9? And I'm guessing because maybe the doctor told him to eat 3 squared meals a day. 9, 3 squared meals a day. All right. It's an old expression. You may not even have heard it. Your parents know it. They used to tell us eat 3 square meals a day. I don't know why they called it square, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So why do you eat 9? Because 3 squared meals a day. All right, that was a horrible joke. Have an awesome time. Looking forward to working with you and looking forward to getting all your answers back. And it's going to be a great session.